To the race for the White House now, with the New York primary just 3 days away. Both Democratic candidates are out of the state. Hillary Clinton attending fundraisers on the West Coast, and Bernie Sanders at the Vatican, meeting with the Pope today. We have full coverage on both sides this morning, but let's begin with NBC's Kristen Welker covering the Democrats. Kristen, good morning.
Chanel, Craig, good morning to you. Good to see both of you. The optics of the Democratic candidates couldn't be more different this weekend. Senator Sanders sitting down with the Pope today while attending a conference on social justice. Hillary Clinton in California attending fundraisers hosted by George and Amal Clooney. It all underscores the vast differences between these two candidates, with the New York primary looming. It was a star-studded Friday night for Hillary Clinton. George and Amal Clooney hosting the first of two fundraisers, this one in San Francisco, a whopping $353,000 for each couple, just to sit with the Democratic frontrunner. Meanwhile, Senator Sanders wrapping up a trip at the Vatican, where he addressed a conference on social and economic justice. This morning, he told NBC's Ann Thompson the opportunity to meet the Pope was one he couldn't pass up.
But today certainly was the highlight of the trip. I think he will go down in history as one of the great leaders of this particular moment in world history.
Late Friday, Sanders making good on his promise to release his 2014 tax returns. The document showing Sanders made $205,000 and gave just over $8,000 in charitable donations. The Sanders campaign touting that unlike Clinton's tax releases, Sanders' returns underscore he hasn't accepted money for corporate speeches. Sanders railing against the influence of money in politics while speaking abroad.
Our very soul as a nation has suffered as the public has lost faith in political and social institutions.
Clinton is closing in on New York, the latest poll showing her with a lead of 17 points. Today, Bill Clinton will rally voters in upstate New York after his comments on Sanders supporters fell flat with some Friday.
I think it's fine that all these young students have been so enthusiastic for her opponent and sound so good. Just shoot every third person on Wall Street and everything will be fine.
The Sanders campaign firing back that the former president was disparaging their supporters, as the rhetoric on both sides has gotten increasingly heated in recent days. Now, President Clinton emphasized he was just joking about the Sanders supporters. As for the primary here, Sanders officials privately acknowledge their climb here is steep, so their goal is really to limit the margin by which Secretary Clinton wins and to net as many delegates as possible. But if Sanders doesn't win New York, his path to the nomination gets a whole lot tougher.
All right,
Chanel.
Kristen, thank you. Stay right there.